So, Dave Franklin here, and just a quick little video on how to tell what version of PowerShell you're using. Now, PowerShell is pretty well mapped to the operating system you have. So if you have Windows 10, like I do here, or you have Windows Server 2016, you're going to have version 5. If you have 2012 R2 and Windows 8.1, you have version 4, etc., all the way down. But you can tell by actually going to PowerShell itself. And in PowerShell, you are not going to write, if you will, version. Because that's going to get you an error with some red text on it, which is the way PowerShell tells you that there's an error. Okay, there it is. So that's not the way you check a version, by typing in version, or another way we used to do it in MS-DOS, ver. That doesn't work either. So what we need to do, and let me clear the screen and type this in again, we are going to type in a special variable. It is $PSVersionTable. In fact, since you can autocomplete, I'll just hit the tab here and it shows it. And then we put in dot. We want a particular item from the full list, PS version, and that is the particular item, and this is what we get. It's version 5, major version, minor 1, so it's 5.1, revision 0 of build 15063. If we just type in PS version table, excuse me, and let me type that in correctly, right? Dollar, not a 4. Mistakes like that are common because we might not press the shift key down far enough. So we put that in and we see, oh, we have the PS version showing here. That's that one element we looked at right here by putting in the dot. So all this stuff is returned in PSVersionTable in that variable. But just to see one quick entry, one line, all that we can put in the particular item that's part of this overall values that get returned. But in this case, as you see, the PS version is 5.1. The PS edition is the desktop. Notice how this list is kind of one on top of the other, so we could type in something like this. So I'll hit up arrow to bring this up again, and then I'm just going to format this through the list, and this kind of separates it because it's going to supply what was being masked, which was the name and then the corresponding value. So this is almost like the header names to it. We can see things like it is part of the desktop. The compatible versions. It's backwards compatible basically with version 4, which I said runs on Server 2012, version 3, which is Server 2008, and even the earlier versions, which are add-ins under XP and Server 2003. We see the build version, we see the CLR version, that's just a command line engine that's being used. The WSMan stack, WSMan is the web services management. We have the PowerShell remoting protocol, and then the serialization. So that's how you can tell what version of PowerShell you have, and what edition you have for that matter. Just a quick little video to see how that works.